Hey everyone, welcome back to Financial Breeze. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're diving deep into a topic that I know a lot of you are interested in: real estate. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the top housing markets that you absolutely need to have on your radar for 2024. Whether you're an experienced investor or just starting to think about buying your first property, you won't want to miss this. Now, before we jump in, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. And as always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might find it helpful. Let's be real, the housing market can feel like a roller coaster sometimes, right? But that's why it's so important to stay informed and make strategic decisions. In this video, we're going to break down 7 markets that are showing incredible potential for growth in the coming year. We'll be looking at everything from affordability and job growth to quality of life and future projections. First up, we're heading to the Midwest, to a city that's been quietly making a name for itself: Grand Rapids, Michigan. Grand Rapids offers an incredible combination of affordability and opportunity. The median listing price here is comfortably below the national average. It's not just about affordability. Grand Rapids has a diverse economy: manufacturing, healthcare, technology, you name it, Grand Rapids has it. This city has a vibrant downtown, beautiful parks, and a strong sense of community. If you're looking for value and a great place to live, Grand Rapids is it. With a growing job market and low cost of living, you'll have money left over to enjoy the city. Grand Rapids is still under the radar, offering huge opportunities. This is the kind of market-savvy investors look for: strong fundamentals and potential. Don't sleep on Grand Rapids. Okay, now let's head to the West Coast, because even with the higher prices, you can't talk about hot housing markets without mentioning Southern California. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gene, California real estate is insanely expensive. And you're not wrong, it definitely can be. But here's the thing: certain pockets of Southern California are actually poised for some serious growth in 2024. We're talking about areas like Oxnard, San Diego, Riverside, Bakersfield, and even parts of Los Angeles. These markets saw a bit of a dip in 2023, but experts are predicting a strong rebound in the coming year. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be cheap. This is still Southern California after all. But if you're looking for a long-term investment in a market with huge potential, these areas are worth a closer look. Think about it. Southern California has it all: beautiful weather, beaches, mountains, a thriving economy, and endless entertainment options. People are always going to want to live in Southern California, which means that demand for housing is always going to be there. And here's the key: while prices in these specific areas are still high, they're not as astronomical as some of the more well-known cities in the region. That means you can potentially get more for your money and still tap into the incredible growth potential of the Southern California market. Next up, we're heading back to the Midwest, to a city that's often overlooked, but definitely shouldn't be: Toledo, Ohio. Now, Toledo might not have the glitz and glamour of some other cities, but what it lacks in flash, it more than makes up for in affordability and potential. This is a city that's been quietly reinventing itself in recent years, and it's starting to attract attention from both home buyers and investors. Why? Because Toledo offers something that's becoming increasingly rare: affordable housing in a market with a lot of upside. We're talking about a median home price that's significantly lower than the national average, which means you can actually afford to buy a house here without having to live on ramen noodles for the next decade. But it's not just about affordability. Toledo also has a surprisingly diverse economy, with strong sectors in manufacturing, healthcare, and education. Let's talk about Rochester, New York. This city is often overshadowed by its bigger, more famous neighbor to the south. Yes, I'm talking about you, New York City. But Rochester is a gem in its own right. It's got a lot going for it, including a surprisingly affordable housing market. Now, Rochester has had its ups and downs economically, but it's currently experiencing a bit of a renaissance. The city has been investing heavily in revitalization efforts, and it's starting to pay off. We're seeing new businesses opening up, job growth in key sectors like healthcare and technology, and a renewed sense of optimism about the future. And here's the best part: Rochester's housing market is still incredibly affordable, especially when you compare it to other cities of its size. You can find spacious homes with character and charm for a fraction of what you'd pay in other parts of the Northeast. Now, let's head to the Buckeye State and talk about Columbus, Ohio. This city has been quietly climbing the ranks of desirable places to live, and for good reason. Columbus has it all: a strong economy, a vibrant cultural scene, great food, and you guessed it, a surprisingly affordable housing market. One of the things that makes Columbus so attractive is its diverse economy. It's home to a number of Fortune 500 companies, including Nationwide Insurance, Cardinal Health, and L Brands. It's also got a thriving tech sector and a growing healthcare industry. Basically, there are jobs in Columbus, people. But here's the thing that really sets Columbus apart. Even with all of this economic activity, the cost of living is still relatively low. That means you can actually afford to buy a house here, even if you're not making a six-figure salary. Let's head to the East Coast now and talk about Providence, Rhode Island. This charming New England city has a lot to offer, from its rich history and beautiful architecture to its vibrant art scene and delicious seafood. But one of the things that makes Providence particularly appealing right now is its housing market. Now, Providence isn't exactly cheap. This is still New England after all. But compared to some of its neighbors to the north, yes, I'm looking at you, Boston, Providence is a relative bargain. You can find beautiful homes with character and charm for a fraction of what you'd pay in Boston. And here's the thing: Providence has a lot to offer in its own right. It's got a thriving arts and culture scene, a growing tech sector, and a beautiful waterfront. Plus, it's just a short train ride away from Boston, so you can easily access all that the big city has to offer without having to pay big city prices. Finally, let's wrap things up in Massachusetts. But this time, we're heading to Worcester. Located just a hop, skip, and a jump from Boston, Worcester offers that sweet spot of proximity to a major city with a more relaxed vibe and, you guessed it, more affordable housing. Worcester has been quietly undergoing a transformation in recent years. It's attracting new residents and businesses, thanks in part to its lower cost of living and its growing economy. The city has a strong presence in healthcare and education, with major employers like UMass Memorial Medical Center and Worcester Polytechnic Institute. But here's the thing that really makes Worcester stand out: it's got a lot of heart. This is a city with a strong sense of community, a rich history, and a vibrant arts and culture scene. Plus, it's surrounded by beautiful parks and green spaces, so you can enjoy the great outdoors without having to go far. So, there you have it, folks. 7 housing markets that are primed for growth in 2024. Whether you're looking for affordability, job opportunities, a high quality of life, or all of the above, there's a market on this list for you. Remember, real estate is a long game, and the key is to do your research, invest wisely, and be patient. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these markets are you most interested in? Are there any other markets that you think should have made the list? Let me know in the comments section below. And while you're there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more real estate tips and insights. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.